Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. The postponement of Kakamega and Mombasa gubernatorial elections found its way today at the Supreme Court pre-trial conference. And it's one of the issues that is going to inform the Supreme Court judges into determining whether William Ruto's election was valid. In that the Supreme Court is going to determine whether those postponed elections suppressed Raila Odinga's votes. So in this video, I want us to dig deep into the issue, after which I'll explain why ODM winning Kakamega gubernatorial seat and Mombasa gubernatorial seat and other Azimio candidates winning Kacheliba constituency and Pokot South constituencies are a blessing in disguise to Raila Odinga's petition. Before we dig deep into that, in case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Yes. If you look on how Wafula Chebukati conducted this year's election, one thing is coming out clearly. Wafula Chebukati ran the commission as his private property. He ran the commission with a lot of opaqueness and with a lot of secrecy. Chebukati was not honest even before the election itself. There are some instances that clearly indicates and shows Chebukati was up to no good. Look on how the printing of ballot paper started. It's believed that some ballot papers were printed even before the names of the candidates were gazetted. Yes, before the names of the candidates were gazetted. Already Lycos was printing the ballot papers. And also the commissioners who went to supervise the presidential ballot papers, they were shocked to realize that there were two sets of Form 34As. And Wafula Chebukati has not been able to explain to Kenyans why he printed two sets of Form 34As. And Kenyans can still remember, about 1 week before the election, Wafula Chebukati, Hussein Marjan and some IBC officials were live on camera being interviewed. And from their body languages, the way they were talking, in fact, Hussein Marjan himself even talked about Mama Mboga, the same language William Ruto and his team have been talking. Their body languages, even before the election, were showing clearly they were reading from the same page as William Samoei Ruto. And then a day to the election, all of a sudden, Kenyans are being told that there will be no elections, gubernatorial elections, in Kakamega and in Mombasa. And then in some selected constituencies within West Pokot County, where most likely Raila enjoys support. We are being told that there were a mixture of ballot papers. I honestly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that those were clever political games by Chebukati and William Samoei Ruto. And the plot was to suppress votes in Kakamega, in Mombasa, and in West Pokot County, in areas where Raila Odinga was seen to be enjoying support. Because it's clear that in West Pokot County, Raila had gained some significant support. So it's most likely probable that Ruto and Chebukati identified those areas and deliberately created that era to suppress votes in those areas. And also what we saw on the voting day itself in Kakamega County and in Makwini County. In some places in Kakamega County, voting started as late as 11 a.m. heading to 12 noon. And that's a Raila stronghold that carries thousands of votes. I believe these were just clever gimmicks by Chebukati and Ruto to suppress Raila's votes in those areas. And I'm saying that because if you look on how Kakamega and Mombasa and Kacheliba and Pokot South have voted, they have all voted for Azimio candidates. That shows clearly that votes were suppressed there intentionally because those areas were considered Raila strongholds. Assuming William Ruto could have won maybe in Mombasa or in Kakamega, then they could have gotten away with that suppression of votes, in that William Ruto could have argued that our candidate won maybe in Kakamega or in Bungoma. So somebody cannot claim that it was his or her stronghold. But with ODM winning Kakamega and Mombasa, Raila can effectively demonstrate to the Supreme Court that those are his strongholds. And Raila can also further demonstrate that by the number of elected leaders in those areas who are elected under Azimio. And besides that, Raila can also demonstrate with the number of votes he got in the presidency, the presidential votes he got in those areas. So I'm seeing a high possibility where the Supreme Court, because that's one of the issues they'll determine, most likely because of the ODM winning Kakamega gubernatorial race and Mombasa gubernatorial race, they are most likely to find out that the postponement of those two gubernatorial elections indeed suppressed Raila's votes in those two counties. That is most likely going to be determined that way. And this is why I strongly believe that Chebukati and William Ruto's deal in postponing those elections have actually backfired, in that instead of maybe them postponing the elections and then their candidates winning, they postponed the elections and Raila's candidates ended up winning, creating a perception that indeed those two areas are Raila Odinga strongholds. So the suppression of votes obviously injured Raila's votes, or rather Raila's candidature in those two counties. And that is so because a good majority of some residents, now that gubernatorial races were postponed, some maybe lost hope or were discouraged or thought that at all there was going to be no election in those two areas. So I believe that is an issue that has clearly backfired on William Ruto and Wafula Chebukati by Raila Odinga winning the two gubernatorial races. As I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, looking at the body language today at the Supreme Court of Kenya, I saw a William Ruto's team who are most likely not very confident of giving, or rather of mastering a defense. And that is because William Ruto's lawyer, Fred Ngatia himself, just explained that they won't be able to master the defense in support of William Samoei Ruto. And even the way Smoking Wanjala, Justice Smoking Wanjala, reprimanded Fred Ngatia. For those who watched it live, at one point Smoking Wanjala, telling Fred Ngatia that as a senior counsel, he should know on how to behave. Those are just signs and signals that clearly shows that things might not move on well for William Ruto at the Supreme Court. The ruling will be made on Monday. We are waiting very patiently as we follow closely what is happening at the Apex Court. Before I conclude, in case you are watching us for the very first time, but so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. To any other person, I've pinned my number on the comment section. In case you want to have a chat with me or to support the channel, you can support the channel through the number I've pinned down there. To those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. And if possible, subscribe, give this video a like. Stay tuned for our next analysis. God bless you, God bless Kenya.